Emma, Ray, and Norman are orphans who live in Gracefield House under the care of a woman named Isabella. One day, they realize that they are being raised for the food of demons. They escape the confines of the Gracefield House for freedom with some other children. However, relentless demons are behind them. They reach a forest that is different from where they used to live. Their condition is the same as being stuck in a palm tree that fell from the sky. They successfully run, and Toma and Lanny are excited as usual. Emma, the main character, uses a device and warns everyone to be careful. She's alert because she thinks demons are behind them. They take a rest for a while. Suddenly, Ray spooked her and said some worry and chill because he checks all sides and doesn't find any evidence or footprints of someone's there. Ray also apologized for the last mistakes he committed, but he's optimistic about the future and says he will live. They think about what to do next. Emma says she wants to fetch some water from the lake, but Ray says maybe demons also think about it. Meanwhile, Gilda and Dunn also come there, and they want to know the next plan. Ray shows them a pen. Norman gives it to him, and it's made by William Minerva. Emma is worried that William will heal them. He opens the pen and sees their current location. After this, a code appears, and they search for the answer in the book, and then they read the message. William says he will help them, and they fill with enthusiasm and start walking. On the way, one of the girls, Yvette, sees a flower that she has already seen somewhere. Ray tells them they see it in the book The Adventure of Hugo and says the book exactly defines the true things about this forest. They are happy because the book will prove a key for them, and they are happy. In the night, demons are searching for the children. On the other hand, Emma and the group of children are still walking. Ray feels the enemy's presence, and they turn off their lamps. Dawn and Gilda take the children and keep running separately. After a while, the demon falls. Emma and Ray reach a natural trap and say they can trap the demon 3. Ray calls the demon toward him, and Emma is satisfied that he will do this, but at last, someone hits the demon, and it falls. Ray is very tired, but he wakes up and remembers his promise that he has to live. On the other hand, Emma tries to help Ray and tells others to go away, but she falls. All the children are upset with her, and she has a fever too. She has blood in her ear. A girl comes to all the children and asks them to come with her, but Emma faints there. Dawn thinks she came to save them, but Gilda asks her to show her face to them. A demon dog comes to save Ray. He creates smoke, and they run away. The other demons and their owner are very angry. In the next scene, Ray wakes up, and he also finds Emma there, and they become happy to see each other. The girl is always there and tells them the food is ready for them. She knows all the things about them. Emma asks if William sent her, but Ray questions her about the man who saved him. She says his name is Sanju, and Ray asks an interesting question about why demons are saving humans. Emma is also shocked about it, but later she looks at the nails of the girl. Ray asks her to tell them why they are doing this. After learning about the identity of demons, Ray and Emma ask them where all the children are. Emma is suspicious that they killed them and asks for dinner. Then Sanju reaches there, and they become happy to see them alive. The little children stick with them. Later, they come to know that Mojika and Sanju are demons, but they don't kill humans. They are all happy, but Emma and Ray are suspicious about them. But Gilda and Dawn make them understand. They all ate dinner together, which was very delicious. At night, everyone was asleep. Emma and Ray went to Sanju, who was still awakening. They apologized to him for their behavior toward them, and then they talk together. Sanju tells them the reality of the world, and it comes to light that both the demons don't follow the rules and regulations of the farm. Sanju also tells them that, due to religious reasons, they don't eat humans. In short, this place is like Earth. The place is divided into 2 parts because of the agreement made thousands of years ago between humans and demons. Emma and Ray were very surprised to hear this. They thought that humans existed in this place, but they were wrong. They think about going to the other side. Sanju says he has not seen anyone going toward that side, but he believes that they both will do it. After this, the demons read the message from Ray that he wrote on the tree when he hid behind the tree. On the other hand, all the children are going their way with the 2 demons in a secret way. Sanju says that the other demons are unaware of it. Then Emma tells all the children about their discussion with Sanju at night. She tells them there are other forms like Gracefield House. The other children say to help them. Emma already wants to do this, but it's not too easy. Emma is optimistic that if they succeed in escaping, they will also be able to save others. They tell Sanju they want to go in the southeast direction, but Sanju suggests they go in the north direction, because if they want to go directly, they must reach demon territory. The journey's way from the northern side is barren, and it takes a lot of time to go, but it is safe instead of the southeast. Then Gilda comes to Emma and warns her not to do anything before the enemies like she cut her ear before. Ray is laughing at her, but later all the children come to him and rebuke him. They say Ray wants to be killed before the enemies. They are doing this because they care about them. Then Ray makes dinner for all of them. That's very delicious, and everybody likes it. After a few days, they decide to go out, but Sanju says he will check everything outside. Emma also says she wants to go with him. She wants to learn how to fall prey to Sanju because it's very useful for her in the future. He tells her to hunt a bird. She tries to hunt a bird. She's very nervous. She hits, but the bird is still alive. Sanju gives her a vampiric plant for this and says it can kill by taking all the blood. She hunts a bird but becomes sad to think about her siblings. Sanju asks her not to worry about her. They both reach back and others ask if they find any danger, but Emma asks her not to worry. Emma shows her family pictures to Mujika. On the other hand, Ray and the other children are playing with Sanju. Mujika and Emma talk to each other and Mujika says she has never seen any humans before her. Emma says she's very different from other demons, meaning they are not harmful to them. All the children become super friendly with Sanju and then Emma looks out of the cave. There's nobody outside and they all come out. It's their time to depart. All the children are upset for Sanju because now they have to start their journey alone. Sanju tells them the way and says, first of all, there's no demon on that way. But they warn that if they find any demons, they have to just avoid water and the forest. They say if they go on their way, then they will not face any problems. They all say goodbye to them and go away. Mujika and Sanju talk to each other. She says if they give them to the farm, then they can spend 6 months easily. She asks why he saves them, and Sanju says that they are very nice and special products. If they live outside, then they will eat their future generation when they grow. She asks if he wants to eat them, and Sanju says yes, he will eat according to his religion. All the children reach the southeast, and they open a hologram to see the location. They see they are in an exact location, but there's no human being or something else. Then they learn a secret underground way and start searching for it. Emma finds the way, and they reach inside with the help of a ladder. It's like a complete home. They see a monitor room, find a letter from William, and become happy. They see the whole house, which contains a kitchen, library, and bathroom, and they also find a piano. One of them started playing piano, and others enjoyed it so much. Annoyed children go there, and he presses a button, and a secret door opens. They go inside and also find a secret way. After this, they all take a shower, and then they eat dinner together. At the dinner table, Ray says this house is more amazing than his expectations. He says the water comes there from a water well made by geothermal and a generator that works with the help of fuel. The children say the house is a clean place and safe for them. Then the same child again starts playing piano and everyone likes it. Ray takes a radio that he found in the monitor room and says they can come to know what's going on in this house with the help of this radio. They play out and hear someone's voice saying that mom goes out of home every day at 8:00 p.m. They go out at 8 p.m. to hear the radio again. After this, Emma says they have to go back to the children. Emma and Ray start reading books as usual while the children are playing. In all this, Anna sees that Yvette is looking at something and she's scared. She goes and asks what happened, and then she sees that it's written on the wall, "Help." They all find a room and go inside it. When they enter, the phone starts ringing. Emma receives the call, and the man on the call tells her that he's William Minerva. Emma is very excited to hear the voice of William Minerva, but Ray says she doesn't need to be so excited because it may be a recording. In reality, Ray is right, and it comes to light that the real name of William Minerva is James. In the past, James also worked on farms, but he could not see the sacrifices of small children. So he sends a maiden through books so the escaped children can reach them, but the demons come to know about his plan. They fell behind him, and he also says they can use this book as long as they want. He says they can also go to the human side if they want. They have to enter the code future with the pen. Emma tells everyone about the matter, and Ray knows what he has to do. He enters the code and sees the location on the human side where they have to go, but since the place is so far away, Ray says they have to make a base for this. They have to save, and thus their new life begins. They start working in January. They work many days, and a few times, the children feel bored from continually eating the same food. They decide to go into the forest, and Dominic says he will go into the forest. Toma and Lanny are stunned to hear this because they cannot get a chance to go out to hunt. They reached in first and searched for something, but could not find anything special. Then Toma sees a fish like jelly, and all the others also try to catch it, but it's very slippery. They call it gooey and say it looks pretty tasty. It's not an official name, but they say gooey because it's very slimy. When they reach back, it's time to taste these fish, but no one agrees. At last, Toma and Lanny vine forward to this, and Ray is also with them. They like it very much, and the other children also start eating it. At night, they hear radio transmission signals, but everything is normal. On the urge, Grandma comes to Isabella with a few demons and talks with her. At night, an explosion happens, and the children get scared. They feel like someone's coming inside. Two people search for the children, but they all hide inside the secret room. But Dawn and a child were sucked into the monitoring room. A high-ranking demon comes to Isabella and says that if she wants to see them one last time, she will get away. The demon says they're special. Isabella says, after all, they are her children and will not be caught by them very easily. On the other hand, the person's reach is inside the monitoring room, but Dawn and the Bout make them fools and manage to run away. They reach all the others and keep going out, but a person comes there. They defeat him and go away. Emma and Ray look at the shelter for the last time. They reach the surface, but they come to know that all the children are captured by the soldiers. Meanwhile, a monster appeared there because of the noise. The monster kills all the soldiers and is going to kill the children, but Ray attacks his eyes and they run away and reach a forest. On the other hand, Isabella is going to die, but they give her a chance to live. The demon says they will free her from this farm, from this number, and the tracker in her. They also gave her another offer. She was very happy to hear this and agreed to this deal. In a small demon town, Emma and Ray are also walking between them with masks on their faces. The lower class demons could not get human flesh as compared to the upper class demons, just like human civilization. Two demons wanted to buy meat but could not. They say the meat only goes to nobles. After listening to their words, it comes to light that the small children have not found yet. A year has passed. The scene shifts to the children. They are still alive, but their life standard is not so good. They live inside a broken or damaged castle. Four little demons come inside and they enter the broken castle. When they hear the ring bell, they get alert and welcome them. They are not the real demons, but Emma, Ray, Gilda, and Dawn, who go to get some food. It seems they all have to survive on soup. Emma is not happy because the children cannot eat well. All the children say they are all right. After this, they are all sitting. Anna says it's difficult to handle other children. They only arrange their food and drink. At night, they fall asleep, but Emma becomes sleepless. She cannot feel well enough to see all the children living a worse lifestyle. Emma says she put her siblings in trouble by running away from the farm. Ray is listening to her and says he's alive because of her, and she did a lot for everyone. The next day, when they are going out to take food, Toma and Lanny insist on going with them. Emma is not sure whether it's better or not to take them out. An old demon who's blind comes there to pray. He thinks there may be a demon child. While he is praying, his fruits fall, and Emma helps him pick up the apples. Gilda suddenly calls her Emma, and the demon comes to know the name for the first time. He prays for the goodness of the little town and his family. After listening to his prayers, they learn about his troubles. They also came to know that lower-class demons could not get any help from the farm. After his departure, they take the fruits that the old man offered, because it's an old temple. The old man often used to come there. Emma is lost in the thought that demons have families and troubles. A demon family is shown. Two elder brother demons are upset for their siblings. They say if their siblings don't get the exact amount of human meat, they will start degenerating. They talk about catching the children of Gracefield House because demons know that the children from Gracefield are not captured yet. Toma and Lanny took some gooey from the woods and reached the town. They have to take some things from town. By looking at the daily routine of the town, they fell into it. They collide with two demons who come to know that they are humans because they smell a good smell from their presence. The demons open their bag and see gooey inside it. At the same time, air flies and their masks are removed, and the demons come to know that they are humans. They start running, but Emma and Ray fool them by taking them another way. Some other demons start chasing Toma and Lanny. Emma and Ray take them to a street, but they hide there. The demons cannot find them. The other demons say something to Toma, Lanny, Dawn, and Gilda. After a while, Emma and Ray collect, but a demon comes before them. He calls her Emma. To hear this, they both remove their masks and are stunned to see that Norman is standing before them. Norman is still alive, and they can't believe it. Emma and Ray start weeping. In the next scene, they are in the temple, and a light is shining in the eyes of all the children. They are very happy, and Gilda asks where he was during all this. He shows them a mark and tells them he was at Lambda 7214. He tells them about the night when his mom handed him over to a researcher at Lambda. The demons of farms and human adults do experiments on children's bodies to produce large amounts of meat. This causes strange changes in a child, like irregular growth in the muscular system. Emma asks if they also do experiments on him, and Norman says they only do tests on him. He tells them he destroys the whole Lambda with the support of Minerva and runs away. He says the superhero is being killed now. His name is Smee. Norman says he makes a medicine that will force the Demon King to rot. He says demons' forms and looks are based on their food, and they maintain all this by eating humans. If demons don't eat humans, then they will become wild and start fighting with each other. Norman says he will increase the amount of drugs. The amount that he has is enough to finish the demons in this city. If the plan works, then all the demons will start to fight, and they will be unable to run farms. He will make a safe future for himself, his family, friends, and all the children. He says they don't need to live life in fear. He says they have to start this as soon as possible. Lambda and Gracefield are behind them. He will start all this with the demons of this city. Then he goes away and tells Emma his location. She's sitting alone and thinks that Norman is still alive. Meanwhile, Ray also reaches there and asks her if she's happy about Norman's plan. She says she doesn't want this. She wants some way in which they don't need to kill each other. She knows about the pain of demons. They have families and troubles. She says Mujica is their friend, and Ray asks why she doesn't tell Norman this. Emma says she can't, but she doesn't want the end of demons. Ray says he comes there to hear her feelings. Ray says to go toward Norman and talk with him about this. Sanju and Mujica were also demons. They don't eat because they know how to control it. If they talk with him, maybe they get the point. There may be a way for them to both live together, but how will it be possible? And on the way, they meet the guys who saved them from Norman. They take them home, and they call Norman their boss. Emma tells them that Norman was not like this before. He was very kind-hearted and pure. He always keeps a smile on his face, but Barbara says now he's very serious, and he saves them in Lambda. Emma says he was very weak and spent most of his time in the hospital. Barbara is eating the meat of a demon and tells Lambda that they were treated badly. Every day is like hell, but now they take revenge. Emma and Ray talk to each other. Revenge is not the only solution. Meanwhile, Norman arrives there. He shows the drugs, and they question if it will work on the demons who don't eat humans. Norman is shocked to hear it and asks how they came to know about it. They tell him that they met them. Norman questions if it looks like a girl. He can't believe that evil-blooded girl is still alive. Standing on the stairs, Mom was waiting for him when he reached the room. He heard a voice saying welcome and saying that it was nice to meet Norman. Episode 8. On that night, Mom took him to a room, and he met with Mr. Rattray. Norman knows about him. Rattray tells him he came there a bit earlier, and Mom tells him he's his new father. Norman is stunned, and then the man, Rattray, says to call him Peter. Peter's real name is Peter Rattray. He's a researcher, and he takes Norman to Lambda. His mother asks if he's not excited. He can study as well as he wants. She hugs him and says he's her precious child, and she prays he may find happiness in his new home. Peter Rattray takes him away, and they take some of his tests. He's alright, and then they give him a room, and he only comes out for his tests. They ask him hard questions every day, but he replies correctly. Peter says he's perfect for Lambda's plans. He says that now that the era of Minerva is over, Norman meets with Vincent there. There are other children like Norman. That means he's not alone. The condition of others is not so good, and it also starts with Norman. The next day, they take him for a test. He doesn't know about it. Later, he sees a symbol of a lambda on his body, and blood starts coming from his mouth. He says he will not die. He will meet with Emma and others. He makes a plan and destroys the whole lambda. He saves the children and his fellows. On the other hand, all four are searching for Sanju and Mujica. A big demon comes there, but they hide behind the tree, and then they see the footprints of Sanju's horse, while the men of Norman are supplying the drugs. Norman says that if they don't come with evil blood, he will kill demons, but his plan is not going to change if they take evil blood with them. He says he will make a safe future for Emma and other children by killing all the demons. Emma and others are walking in the forest, and a big demon again appears before Emma and others, but she diverts its attention. She runs in a different direction. The demon is found to be eating Emma, but Ray hunts the demon and kills it. Sanju and Mujica also come there because they see Emma's necklace there. They are going to tell Sanju and Mujica about this, but they see a huge blast in the town. Emma is upset because she has hope that everything will be alright. Then she takes Sanju and Mujica with her. On the other hand, the bomb blasts everywhere. The demons start killing each other, according to Norman's plan. Norman already explains that, with the impact of this drug, the demon's mind will stop working. Then they will start killing each other. The same old blind demon is also there. He offers his prayer in the temple where Emma and other children live. He's searching for his granddaughter, Emma. Norman is going to kill his daughter, but the old demon calls her Emma, and Norman stops to hear this. He sees that the old demon is still alive in these drugs because they could not impact him. He comes to know that the old demon is also evil-blooded. He hits on his hands. He gives his blood to his granddaughter so she can survive. She also becomes evil-blooded like him. The other demons also come there. Norman looks around and thinks about what he does. He thinks they are innocent, but he explains to himself that he has little time. He is going to kill that old demon, but Emma, Ray, and others get there. Emma says she will not let him die there alone. Episode 9. There's destruction everywhere in the town because of the drugs. Norman spreads it everywhere in the air, and Emma, Ray, and other friends are also there. Norman feels guilty looking at them for all this, but he doesn't show it and explains to himself that he has less time. He says it's too late, and he would not think they would take them. Emma knows that he's regretted all the circumstances. She knows he's very kind-hearted in real life, but he wants to take all this to himself so he can save them. She makes him understand that it's not the correct way to make everything battered. She says he doesn't need to shoulder all the burden, and then she makes him agree for a while. She asks why he's afraid. Norman says he's not. She says he's so weak and a coward because she knows about him. Ray also comes there, and they rebuke him for all this, and then Norman starts weeping there. Norman says he wants to live with them. but he can't because it's too late. They ask why. He says that after the experiment that he did in Lambda, he is unable to survive. He says he wants to live with them. On the other hand, his follower, Barbara, is going to kill an innocent little demon girl. But Norman reached there and said to stop all this. His followers easily agree before him. He says he wants to make everything better. While Sanju and the old demon are giving their blood to everyone, they are doing this so they will become like them and stop eating humans. Sanju and the old demon make them normal, and the children reach back to the temple. Everything is normal, but suddenly two children run away from Ray. They say they heard on the radio that Phil and the other child were shipped. It comes to light that Isabella is handling the position of grandma. She knows the children take away the radio with them. She works with Peter. They transfer children from Gracefields to Lambda for the experiments. They want to develop their brains in Lambda with experiments instead of Gracefields. It's risky and terrible. The children may get side effects from all this, but they don't care about them. The important thing is that Isabella knows that all the children are hearing her through the radio. She does, so they come back to save their friends. But on the other hand, children come to know about their tap. Emma is upset for her friends and says she has to go back, but Ra says it will possibly be a trap for them. They talk. If the farm people come to know that demons have become evil-blooded, they will kill all of them. Then the old blind demon came there and introduced himself as Vilk. He says he's one of the demons to whom Mujika gave her blood 700 years ago. He shows them a small piece of Minerva's pen and tells them that 15 years ago, a man came there. He gives this piece to him and tells them to give it to the children who come from the farm. Emma fixes the piece with Minerva's pen. A hologram image is shown there. A blueprint of a headquarters is shown there. They also find the drug that works as an antidote to the side effects of Norman. They find a way that connects the demon world to the human world, and all three children are happy that now they can save Norman and his fellows and other friends and bring them to the human world. They all sleep at night, but the real problem is that someone on their team is a traitor. But who's the one? Ray is not the one among them at all. Episode 10. All the children will be sent toward the Lambda from Gracefield. Emma says they will fight with Isabella, Peter, and demons. Then they will reach the human side in the basement of the headquarters. The traitor between them is Vincent, who does all this to obey the order of Norman. It's a plan of Norman. He tells others that at the time of the moonlight, they will all go in a Lambda sitting in an air balloon. They will also take the drugs with them to fight the demons. It's the plan that he tells everyone. He also repeats his other plan, what he has to do. He makes this plan secretly with Vincent. He tells Lambda about it, as it's part of his plan, while Peter and Isabella are fully ready to accomplish their mission. They tighten the security of the Lambda, and the sister says to all the children to get ready. They were very happy, but they didn't tell them where they would take them. Phil knows their reality and what they are going to do. The children help to make a hot air balloon. Phil wants to tell his friends, but his sister stops him. At night, children are ready to reach out for Lambda on hot air balloons. When the hot air balloons fly in the sky, the demons see them and attack. But there's no child on hot air balloons, they're just full of drugs, which means the demons kick on their own 2 feet by themselves. Then Sanju and Mujika also come there and see the demons. Peter is looking at all this through the CCTV camera and becomes so angry. He tells the farm to send more demons to finish the children. The children reach the Lambda by another hot air balloon, and they use a secret tunnel. On the way, they also face the demons, and they fight with them very well. The scene shifts to the children of Lambda. They are ready to go, but a girl from Emma's team reaches there to help them. She has the same height as the other Gracefield's child, so the sister could not recognize her. She gives a letter from Emma to Phil. The scene focuses on Lambda, where Emma and her fellows break all the CCTV cameras. This is why Peter could not see what they were doing. They control everything. Even though they have hold-on speakers, they already sent their plan to Phil and the other children. They know what to do. She says that as soon as they go out, they have to run away. The children do the same as she sent to them, and they reach a hall of Lambda. Emma and others are waiting for them in the Lambda, and when they enter inside, the doors close. All the sisters turn their weapons toward them. And then there's Grandma Isabella Peter's entry. It seems all the children have failed and will be killed, but the situation turns. Suddenly, Isabella turns her weapon toward Peter because she wants the children to safely reach the human side. All the sisters are on her side, and then Peter laughs and says he is ready for this. So he already calls the demons from other farms. The demons from other farms reach there, and all the villagers, Sanju and Mujika, also reach there. They come to help the children, and they kill all the demons. Then Peter Raytree comes to know that all the demons have become evil-blooded. They become evil-blooded because Sanju, Vilk, and Mujika give their blood to so shocked and becomes hopeless. But Emma tells him to let's live together. Emma says this because she's a kind person to everyone. Episode 11. Emma tells Peter to go with them on the human side, but he gets angry. He says he wanted to become the head of this place, and he almost succeeded in it. He says they can't go there because of the farm system. In a farm system, children are bred for demons. He says that if they go away, then what will happen to the demons? They will die of hunger. She says that if they go away, then nothing will happen with demons because Mujika gives her blood to them. A past scene is shown when humans and demons are separated. The promise goes into the future. The group that promises with demons is the Rocktree clan. When James Rocktree became the head of Rocktree, he came to know that all the children hadn't left Rocktree, but were with them. As soon as he finds out, he decides to save all of them. He left a lot of clues for their help, like the Morse code, a book, and a pen. He changed his name to Minerva, so the farm would not come to know that he was helping the children. Minerva regrets his promise, but his brother Peter thinks it is very inspiring. Peter thinks it is right to sacrifice a child for the food of demons. He tries to stop his brother, so he kills him. After this, he weeps a lot for him. But what's the point now to weep? After the death of James, he becomes the head of the Rocktree clan, but he still hasn't changed his thinking. At the same time, he sacrificed the children for the demons. He handshakes with the demons and thinks he's on point. In the present, he says there's no benefit to going on the human side. It's the same as on this side, but the difference is that humans themselves kill each other. Then he attempts suicide before all of them. The children are worried for him, but they know what happened. Then they tell Mom to go with them. Mom is shocked and asks how they forgive her, and Emma tells her they also forgive her. Emma says that on the farm, they think that she's their enemy, but later they understand that she was kind and polite to them. She weeps so much and says sorry to them, and then Emma comes to Vilk and Mujica. She thanked them for their help, and they all reach the underground. They find a door on the way and open the lock with the pen of William Minerva. All the children are very happy, and their sisters are also with them. But at last, Emma says they are not going yet. She says she will stay in demon worlds with Ray, Norman, and his 3 fellows. She tells Mujica that she will also help them because they want to change the promise that was made thousands of years ago. Emma is very kind. They can go alone easily on the human side if they want, but they want to save other sucky humans in the demon world. They want to bring peace to the whole world. At first, the children are upset, but later she makes them understand, and Phil becomes so emotional. She makes him understand it and sends him back. They happily reach the human world and settle there, where the humans accept them easily. On the other hand, Emma and her team also make everything happen in the demon world. Everything is alright